Greetings, this is Copy Who, and I am your host, Paul, the producer. Hey, everybody, what's going on? How are you all today? I must say that I'm pretty good after this week. I've had a lot of inspiration sitting around all week long. I'm determined to keep returning here and exercising my full latitude of personal liberty. Notwithstanding the fact that I think people out there who aren't fans are watching. Parasites, I say, and they're poring over every little thing I say, waiting for a gotcha moment. Well, gotcha. Guess what? I gotcha with my liberty. I'm going to say whatever I want about you. And what are you going to do about it? You're going to run and be like, look what he did. Look what he said. Oh my God, take him too seriously. He's a little mentally ill. Not really. I'm not mentally ill, but this is performance art, as I always say, and I enjoy it. And I'm going to maximize the full breadth of my creativity here. Behold, right now, my creativity. Welcome, welcome. Come one, come all, and enjoy some silly time with Paul. Let's play this right here. I forgot to play that. I was going to play that. Let's see. Oh, I did it bad. What? Here we go. So what we have here is... All right, so screening, saying it correctly this time, screening on Tracy Lee's Samsung this week. The TV honored with the name of the woman, because that's what I'm doing. I want to do that. It doesn't mean I'm clingy. It doesn't mean I'm obsessed. I just rather had a very memorable singular experience with a person, and it was swell. Oh my God. I'm laughing at myself because that's how I decide to describe it. It was swell. Yeah, okay, so not spinning. Damn it. The second time I said it, I got it incorrect. Damn you! Screening on Tracy Lee Samsung is the one and only original movie Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston. And I really enjoy this movie. I saw this as a little kid. And there's the 2% of the movie that you can see from the angle that I'm doing, this camera angle, whatever. And great movie. I saw that as a little kid, and I have to be honest, I was pretty blown away at the concept that some dude lands on a planet and people are like wild animals in fields that can't even talk, and the people running the world, loosely applied term people running the world, were apes. And look at that. So that's what inspired the shirt, and that's what inspired the movie. Consistency, artistry, like, what do you call it? Expression, cultural expression, right here, right now. That's what I'm doing for you. So enjoy seeing 2% of that behind me. I don't know if 2% meets the legal standard where it's like, you're in trouble, Buster. What are you doing with that back there? But there's no sound. Usually it's when you add the sound on YouTube is when you get in trouble. So I don't think there's going to be a problem for that. But whatever. I like the movie, I say. And so because it's that movie, today I might try to employ the expression, damn you! Of course, uttered by Charlton Heston at the end when he determines that he is in fact on the future of Earth and that mankind blew it all up. That's what that's about. So I recommend that movie. That's pretty good. Oh my gosh. I'm always having difficulty with the settings of everything here. One of my little... what do you call it? Velcro on coverings from the window came down, and just as I was about to start the show today, I was like, what the hell? It was like hanging half on the wall, so I had to get up and fix that. Lots of preparation went into today's show, because I viewed last week's show and I realized, I'm hoping this is correct now. I adjusted the focus. I did not like the focus of last week's show. I don't know why it's so hard, to get a good focus of right here. This is the main shot. This is me, and I want it to be in focus, and I don't like it when it's not in focus. Same story is true with the apps. Like, this app is always disconnecting from my lights. Such amateur shit here. Damn you, newer lights. You're screwing me over, and I don't like it. I don't like you either. So, yes, I want bigger buttons on here, it's going to be a problem during the rise because it's always going to have me not pushing the button, and then it goes to this other screen and all that shit. But I want cameras that keep the damn settings that I put on. I don't care whether it's exposure. I don't care whether it's focus. No matter what it is, I want it to save the settings and freeze them there unless I fucking change them. But it just doesn't work like that, you see. So when you tweak this, you can get a pretty good image. But it's like every week I have to look very carefully. That's part of setting the show up. Setup for the show today took quite a while. I thought it was going easier until I realized there were a couple of problems. And I was like, all week long, I was like, don't forget to fix the focus. Don't forget to fix the focus. And you know what? I think for now I fixed the focus. At least I think I did. I have this monitor here behind here that I'm going to raise up on a piece of furniture I have downstairs so that I can get a better look at what's recording while I'm doing the show. I want to be informed of that, you see. I don't just want to have it right here in front of me on the software. I want it to be also on the TV behind there and on a slightly bigger screen. That's a 31-inch Panasonic I have back there that I bought like about 10 years ago when I was staying at my parents' house for a few months. In a moment of transition. And all that turned out good. I still have that TV. It's like barely used. It's like new condition, and it's a Panasonic LED, and I really love it. I do. And I'm stuttering and going on and on. Wow, I've been going for 6 minutes already, rambling on about utter nonsense. Oh, golly. I wrote this down. It's embarrassing a little bit. And the reason I want to talk about it is because I just want to be an open book here. This summer, I bought a very special shaver for my head to shave my head and make it look bald. But and so lately I haven't used it. I'm just letting the hair grow out on my head, and I'm looking like a bald old fool like that. And I should probably shave it again. Maybe I will. I don't know. But anyway, it came with these other shavers, these little special clippers, and I never had these special kind of clippers before. And so let me tell you the story of my nether regions, shall I? Because that's what you want to hear. You want to hear me talking about my nether regions. My nether regions, when left untended, become something akin in the center of my body to dreadlocks. Very long. So long, in fact, hanging off every little portion of my body down there that if I go to the bathroom, it'll like be dribbling on the hair, and it's like nasty, gnarly, disgusting. And so I have these new clippers, and I got overzealous with the clippers. What do you mean I got overzealous? It means that like they have this little adapter on there so you can adjust the length of the hair, but I didn't put the adapter on. I was just like, clear it all out. And so I went a little too crazy shaving it all off, and it was just like barren down there. And I was like, what is this? It's totally barren. It feels, it's redundant, like, because you're already naked even if you have hair, but when you shave the hair off, you really feel naked. Like, the real nudity is a shaven body. And so I'm letting it grow out again to feel a little more comfortable, but it doesn't have these nasty long strands, you know. In case you meet up with somebody, you want to keep that a little bit, how you say, well-groomed down there. I like to be well-groomed down there. I want to be well-groomed because that's just the right thing to do. It just aesthetically looks better, in my opinion, than the nether region's dreadlocks. Gross. You know what I'm saying? Nether region dreadlocks are a total turnoff. And if I had a woman here, I'd say, hey, what do you think of the nether region dreadlocks? Do you like those? And she'd probably be like, no, I like it when a guy trims it up a little bit. And I'd be like, good, I did it for you. All right, man. I'm still thinking about the swell shit I said about the Tracy Lee experience, and it's not too revealing, but it's certainly darn silly. Moving on. I'm getting warmed up, okay? I don't know if anything I've done is any good so far. I think maybe it is. We'll know when we watch this back. What I do with the show is I record it here, and then once it's over, I set it. I start uploading it to YouTube immediately. Once the recording is done, I just go boom. I start uploading it there because it's 12 gigabytes and it takes a while. Then it takes several hours to encode on there, and then I premiere it Monday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on YouTube. So if you want to see that, you go to youtube.com/CopyWhoTV, all one word. and you should be able to find it there. It's not exactly easy to search and find it, I've noticed, so do your best. It's out there. If you want to find me on Instagram, where there is a link to the YouTube channel, you can go to it's just copy who, one word. You can find it there, and you'll find short clips. So after the show, I review the show, and as I'm sitting watching the show, I take screenshots, and I also mark the time of certain clips that I think would be good and funny to cut out, which is helpful then, because after I'm done reviewing the show, I take a copy of it, I put it on this standalone hard drive, I put it on my portable laptop, I import it into Final Cut Pro, and then I know where to go in the timeline to pull out these various clips. And so if you don't have the time to watch the full show, you can follow on Instagram, and you can enjoy short clips of me being silly, and so on and so forth in the name of the word of what I am saying now, and I don't even know why I'm saying what I'm saying. Words are just flowing outside of my mouth right now with no meaning, no direction, and somehow they wind up in a place that is really good, some kind of verbal utopia that doesn't make any sense for me, but oh my, I have to be vague about what I'm going to say because I'm kind of like hanging out in a certain community right now. But there's this one particular somebody I've seen a couple times, and I'm getting eye contact from a particular somebody, and this particular somebody wears the most captivating, provocative attire. And it's true. And yesterday, I don't even feel like I can say what so-and-so was wearing, because if I say what so-and-so was wearing, everyone from that community that might tune in here to hear what I'm saying will say, I know who you're talking about, because that was very specific. And any normal, healthy, red-blooded American male will notice what she was wearing because that was amazing. It looked stellar. I'm serious. That's why I keep dinging the bell. That's why I got to go, amazing. I love a nice pair of legs on ladies. Do you know what I mean? I notice it, and then I also feel reassured of my my certain type of identity that, you know, other people in my life, parasites specifically, are trying to say, no, so-and-so, he's messed up, sir, your honor, he's messed up. But I'm not messed up. It's just that, I can't go there. It's just that I think you should give credence to what I want my identity to be. I've been attracted to women ever since I was very little. And some of it is just clothing. If you put a mini skirt on a bucket, I'll be like, that mini skirt is hot. I like that mini skirt. I want to pursue that mini skirt. I could just marry the mini skirt, for God's sake. I love the female clothing. Certain colors, red on women, blows my mind. It's that ovulating red. Delicious. Amazing. Ovulating red. Pink is a nice one. Blue is a nice one. Black is a nice one. But pretty much, you can put any color on a beautiful woman. Her attire, whatever the attire is, if it's sexy, if it's provocative, I'm like, yes, I'm not overcompensating right now. This is just the truth of who I am. I'm attracted to the feminine. I like the feminine. No problemo, see? All right. I didn't plan on talking about that today, but I just kind of get on a roll and suddenly something comes out of my mouth and I go, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yeah, really? Where did that come from? It came from the nether region, not of my crotch, but inside my brain. But in this context, referring to a sexually beautiful woman, they're almost one and the same. The nether region of my crotch and the brain up here in my noggin, thinking sexually about this, that, and the other thing. I noticed that. I'm like, hey, you look fine. You look fine, woman. You look fine. And I was actually, if there was not a beta-looking male that came in and sat down with this woman, I was going to say, how you doing? That's true. Really. So I reveal all my secrets here because some people are going to be like, hey, is he talking about us? Eventually the secret's going to get out. They're going to be like, hey, I go to the kava bar. I'm going to make a story with this guy because I want to be on film. I want to be acknowledged. Acknowledgement is good. Recognition is good. And people want to know that they exist. And yes, I see you, you exist. And when you give me eye contact, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And even though I don't come up and talk to you, don't think that I'm not noticing you. Every single man in there with a normal nether region is noticing you. It's like, I felt like going up to her and saying, you know, there are always these guys on, you know, Paul from Come On Man podcast and other Manosphere guys. They're like, how would you open? And they put up a picture of a beautiful or provocative woman. And I'm like, I don't know how I would open. But in the case of this woman, I want to open like this. I want to walk up and be like, how you doing? Is it hot in here? Okay. Lamest pickup line ever, but at least I'm trying. I'm really enjoying, what I'm enjoying about the Kava Bar is the social setting. I'm talking to people a lot more than I used to because I have had so many years as a recluse and I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting old. My last window of youth here, I better be out there enjoying myself. I better be putting myself in the mix of life because when you don't, nothing happens and life is boring and being a recluse is boring and it's lonely. So you got to get out there and you got to talk to people and it's fun and it elevates the spirit. You feel better. As a person, you feel better when you see others and you're out there talking to others. Now, all joking aside, it really is important. I think it's time just for me to change the character a little bit. Oh, no, wait. What am I doing? That's not how I do it. I will go blind trying to read this screen if I don't do it thusly. Okay? Oh, my God. Don't stab my eyeball out. Oh, my. Is this working? Is that... I have to take a good look at this. What do you think? It's cool, Paul. It's Paul. Now I'm overcompensating, okay? This whole thing is a exercise in overcompensation. I must, and it's improv, and it's acting crazy, and it's also sometimes trying to be a little intellectual. And I will get more intellectual later on. What I'm finding is that maybe this is an egotistical thing. I admit that. But what I'm finding is that when I come on here and I'm talking, especially in the first part of the show before the Ascension, I really seem to enjoy the bullshitting I'm doing more than even like playing videos and reacting to those. Sometimes those are cool. But this week, almost every week, I'm enjoying when I'm talking more. And I admit, maybe that's an ego thing. I don't think anyone would be doing what I'm doing here if they didn't have some kind of egotistical aspect behind it. This is certainly egotistical for me, and it doesn't mean that the world all revolves around me. Of course, there are other people in the world, and believe me, when I'm around others, I do like to shut up, I do like to dialogue, and I do like to hear what others are saying. But right here, it's me filling the air with me, and eventually I will have the interview guests on here. I know I keep saying that, and I certainly will. I have an idea of someone we'll see. I might ask someone to sit across from me and see how that goes. If this individual would like to say yes. I must put this away. This is imperfection to me, okay? This was sitting on the table like that. You see how gnarly that looks? Oh, that's sitting in front of you like that. That's sitting in front of you like that. I don't like that. But I do like the way I look. I wanted one of these jackets where you don't have the sleeves on it. What are they called? Like life preserver jackets or something? I wanted one of these specifically for the show, and I found it this week. I'm not going to tell you where I found it. Well, I will tell you where I found it. If you go to Macy's, something like this is going to cost like $50 or $60. But I went somewhere where it was much less expensive. It's brand new. It is what it is. And I only bought it for the aesthetic on here. And I would have bought another one in red if they had that. But they didn't have that. They just had this one in blue, and I wanted it. Guess where it was? It was at the biggest big box store ever, the one that after the world goes to hell in a handbasket, it's probably where you're going to buy your pounds of bugs to get your protein supplements. Bugs, insects, you know what I'm talking about? Have I given you a sufficient enough clue of what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Costco, you silly people. No, I'm laughing because I almost said you silly fucks, and I don't want to speak to you guys like that. I'm sure there are very many fine people out there listening to me, and I'm not just going to blanket all of you by saying you silly fucks. Of course, some of you are certainly silly fucks. Some of you are actually dumb fucks. But you're not all silly fucks and you're not all dumb fucks. I give some of you credit for being the decent people that you are, even though I don't know who I'm talking about specifically. There are decent people that I would never want to think that I'm referring to as dumb fucks. Oh, man. I'm off. I'm on a roll right now, okay? You gotta live with it. The other place I went last week, looking for wardrobe, and I didn't pick anything up. Maybe this is a pride thing. Maybe I have too much self-respect. But maybe, I went to Goodwill. I went to, let me think, three different Goodwill locations looking through t-shirts, because at Goodwill, sometimes people get rid of these cool things and they're only like $2 or $3. And since I've told you how I'm obsessed about wardrobe here, I don't want to break my bank going out to buy wardrobe. And so I go to these places and I didn't find anything. In fact, I'm fucking weird. There was one sweatshirt I should have bought because it was cool. It was a sweatshirt and the sleeves had like camouflage on them, and the sweatshirt portion was blue, and kind of regretting not getting that. I think it was the first place I went. I bet you if I went back there, it might even still be there. It was a good deal. It looked good. It would need a washing. It looked like it had some animal fur on it. And, I usually buy t-shirts new and whatnot. What I did was also, there's this, we did an experiment this last few days because there was this advertisement. Facebook knows that I'm buying a lot of t-shirts because they keep going like, here, t-shirt ad, t-shirt ad, t-shirt ad. Right now they're listening to me, The AI somewhere, somehow is like listening to me and determining that he wants t-shirts. I want t-shirts. So they keep putting them up in front of me, you see? And I bought 19 t-shirts for like $4 or $5 each. And so we're going to hope that these are all the same size because I bought them from the same vendor. We hope that they come and that they are the right size because it'll keep me in wardrobe for many, many months here with something new every single time. And I tried to match every single shirt purchase up with some kind of idea of what I can play on that TV. And so I already have the future planned out for things I want to play on the TV and things I want to wear on my shirt. No one else is doing that. And no one cares because no one is tuning in to see what shirt is he wearing? What's he playing on the TV behind him? Although, it's just an artistic thing for me. I can't explain all of why I do it. What do I have on my list? I'm a little bit irritated with my phone. You know why? Lately, I've been cruising around on my scooter, which is pretty cool. I got off the weed. I'm still off the weed, and the intent right now is to stay off the weed. I'm glad to be off the weed. I feel like I'm operating at a much higher level cognitively as far as being sharp without that forgetfulness when I'm doing things and that slowing down of my mind. And so my stupid phone is alerting me that the sound level I'm listening to is too loud. And you know why it pisses me off? Because I actually have my phone on silent. But what does it do? When it's warning you about your ears, it's like, we're overriding your silent setting. We don't care what you think. We're going to tell you, turn the volume down, buddy, otherwise you're going to go deaf. And I'm like, hey, I don't want... So it beeps. It goes like, ding. And I'm like, I have it on silent. I don't want to hear my phone do any noises for anything. I don't care if there's a tornado outside. I don't care if there's World War III, Armageddon, nuclear missile incoming. Don't fucking make my phone ring. I want to die in peace. I don't want to be warned and frightened. Like, so right now, if I got bombed and died, I would do it in the blissful ignorance of what I'm doing. I would have enjoyed life to my last moment. But if you send me a warning, I'm going to be like, dude, I don't want to be told I'm going to die. Now I have to go through fear. Don't warn me. I'm not going to survive if there's a nuclear warhead coming to blow me up. You understand what I'm saying? So here's the deal. What if I'm hiding underneath a table from a psychopathic killer who has an axe that wants to kill me, and like silence is golden then? It's like, if I make a noise, that fucker's going to kill me. And so you come in and you're like, ding. And I'm like, oh, thank you for saving my hearing for the 2 seconds I live before you make a sound and the psychotic killer comes to kill me because he heard the sound you made. I don't want my phone to make any noises that I don't consent to, okay? This is my phone. I don't care if you think you own it. I don't care about the licensing agreement. I hereby nullify the licensing agreement. You can suck ass. I feel strongly about it, can you tell? And I'm also doing my own form of shtick. And that's what I want to do. It's what I want to do. Oh, I have more things to talk about, but where am I time-wise? Let's take a look. Let's take a look how far I have bullshat. Shat is past tense. So how much have I bullshat today? Past tense lingo. Okay. Get this pressure on the glasses. It's like poking on my nose. Hurts something fierce. So I think I'm I'm ready to start pulling out and go into the next phase of this shizzy shizzo in the hizzo. It's time for the Ascension, people. And as I don't usually plan the Ascension every single solitary week as far as what I want to say. And sometimes I'm like, when I think of silly shit, I should be writing that down and I should just be spewing it out with the added improv on top of it. And so I think it's time to do a little something. And oh, wait, hold on. So these buttons are small now, and it's the habit of my life to bitch about things that are inadequate. These people should make these buttons bigger so that for this exact kind of application that I'm doing where time is of the essence, you know, the way I'm mixing it in time. So you don't want to have these tiny buttons where when I hit it, it doesn't do what I don't want it to do. So I'm going to go off with the front light, and I'm going to do, oh my gosh. So let's go like this. All right. I'm doing well. How about that? All right, everyone, it's time for the Ascension. Welcome to the show! Damn you! How could you blow up the world? How could you interrupt me with the sound on the phone? I'm hiding beneath a table, and then along comes psychotic killer wanting to kill me, and then you go, bling! And I'm like, thanks, Apple. Thanks for alerting the psycho of what I'm doing. And he's like, I'm gonna kill you. I heard your sound. And this was inspired by Friday the 13th, okay? Part 2. And it wasn't a sound in that movie. Let me just tell you what it was, okay? Woo! Welcome to Copy Who. I'm doing my very best to give you a good performance. I want to make sure my sound is on here. I would be really sad if I lost the sound of this show. I'm going to go back on with the front key light, off with that, blah, 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 talking out loud, learning how to do the mix properly, and now I can actually turn that phone off and preserve the battery. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Okay, you know what? So I was saying during the Ascension then that on Friday the 13th, Part 2, there was a woman hiding underneath something from Jason Voorhees, okay? And she's like frightened. She's so frightened that she pees. And I can't remember how it wound up for her, but I think what happened was that she peed and he realized there she is. And so in her case, it was not a sound that her phone beeped. It was her stinking bladder like she's a child. It's like, what are you afraid of? It's Jason Voorhees with a knife wanting to kill you. Why are you peeing? Now's not the time to pee. It's not the time to pee. It's the time to flee, you see? I sound like fucking, what do you call the rhyming dude? What's his name? Dr. Seuss. It's not time to pee. It's time to flee, you see? All right. That was pretty good. That was 100% improv. That was not planned here today. I did not come up with that on my own. And I know that right now you know what it is. It's time for another new ritual that I've been doing and that I enjoy. It's time to drink. Drink, everyone. I do like drinking. I need it, actually. I'm a little bit poached, dry. Because last night I drank so much fucking kava at the kava bar. Chupa. Is that what it's called? Hold on. I wrote it down. Let me come back over here for you because I'm not being lazy about the mix. Sometimes I'm lazy about it and I'm not being lazy about it right now for you. Okay, so I want to come to my notes and see, is it chupa? It's chupa! Chupa is a form of concentrated kava. And it's like, you have to drink much less of it to get the effect of kava, which is not an intoxicating effect. Oh no, this is running out. Okay, we have just a little bit of CBD left, okay? To spermify that water, the chupa is strong, and I can't lie to you. The chupa tastes like shit, but you do get like an elevated effect compared to a regular shell, and I like that. I have to admit, I like it. Everything about the kava bar I'm liking. There's nothing I don't like about the kava bar. You know what I don't like? It's people complaining about an environment that is actually inherently good. So I would say if you're ignorant about it, if you haven't experienced it, go down there, meet people, talk to people, and learn that it's kind of a nice environment. It's a very social environment, and people aren't falling over drunk, and that's pretty cool. I like that. Why? Because no reason given. except for because. You know, like that annoying thing parents do when it's like, they go, Mommy, Daddy, why? And you say no, and they're like, why? And the answer is included, or no, the reason why is included in the answer when I say no. I am the father, and I don't have to give you an explanation for that. That's just what the father does, is like, avoids giving you the explanation that you want. Because he's trying to protect you, see? He's trying to keep you safe from the fucked up world! Oh yeah, I'm high energy today, and I assure you, I slept poorly. And so this is some kind of neurotic high energy from having slept poorly. They're gonna be like, Your Honor, just look at him, he's crazy. But this is not in the court, you see? This is my environment to express myself creatively. And that's what I want from my progeny, to be creative and flex their mental muscles, their creative muscles, be the very best they can be. They. What do I mean by they? They. What do we mean by they? They. What do they mean by they? Oh! All right. Now we are going to move to some video ting. This, that, and the other ting. The title of this that I wrote down is Alexis is hot AF. Do you know what AF means? Okay, so this lady is hot. Honestly, this lady looks like the lady who was dressed provocative lately or yesterday, and Alexis is wearing pink. Excuse me, I have to reload this, and it's like always kind of a little bit tricky doing this. I want to go like so. Woohoo! Over here. So that's Alexis from Dynasty. And I can't remember the name of this actor. I got to figure out the name of this actor really fast. Bear with me. So I want to say Vice Principals Cast. And then it will tell me the name of this man is Walton Goggins in this scene right now. Walton Goggins. This man is very funny in the Righteous Gemstones. He's very funny in Vice Principals, and I've seen him be funny in other stuff. And so he's kind of funny in this because he's kind of like young macho man, and I've never quite seen him like this. So actually, and so I want to play this now, and I want you to enjoy it. And look at this beautiful woman here, actually. This Lexa, it's not Joan Collins, is it? Is that her name? I'm trying to think, because there's another lady on Dynasty who's very famous and about the same age range. I want to know how old this lady is here. Too much makeup. The hair is pulled back way too tight. Let that hair down. Love the pink. These shoulder fucking pads, these bloated shoulders. I don't like that. But I love it all, actually. This woman's beautiful here. Let's watch, shall we?
Well, then, why don't we fly up there tonight and head him up at the pass?
I mean, like, I even like the sound of her voice. I'm very attracted to this woman. It is not my imagination. That's sexy woman right there. But the character is not a nice lady, but she's funny.
Isn't it?
Well, that's the expression, but,
and look how he acts. He's like, well, that's the expression, but, yeah.
What about the ballet?
I'm going to do my best to act like him right now. Try and be a charming, hot, sexy man just like him. What about the ballet?
They'll just have to pirouette to 2 empty seats.
Oh, the wordplay. We'll just have to pirouette to 2 empty seats. I love it.
Oh, darling, you look parched.
Oh, I'm parched? Oh, my God. I said poached earlier. Is this expression parched? Was I wrong? I hereby take responsibility if I was wrong. Parched? Is it parched or poached? It's parched. Oh, my God. And I fancy myself a master of the English language. Not fair. Not right.
I'll fix you a drink and then I'll go up and change.
Alexis, it doesn't make any sense to fly there tonight.
Alexis, it doesn't make any sense to fly there tonight.
Why not?
Well, the old guy goes to bed real early. He's probably...
That's a much less provocative outfit, even though it's super blinding pink. She's not revealing a lot of skin. Women were more modest in those days. Even the bitches of that era were less provocative in their dress. You know, today it seems like women exploit the sexual attraction more to throw men off their game.
Sleep by now.
Darling, it's not even 8 o'clock yet.
I know. He drinks quite a bit during the day, from what I hear.
What's up?
This time he's deep into sweet dreams time.
Well, We'll go in the morning then.
As long as you wear your best roughening clothes.
Oh, I'll think of something
My God.
appropriate.
Shit.
Meanwhile, I'd rather concentrate on your outfit. It's rather becoming.
Didn't want to get the furniture dirty.
Oh my God. Walter Goggins?
Glad that
Is
you
that your
like
name?
it.
He's all naked. Look at her touching him. Her smile turns me on right now. I'm not even joking. She's just gorgeous. Oh, showing the shoulders. Provocative moment, all the touching and stuff. Is that really appropriate for prime time? That should be an NC-17 rating because she's so darn hot. All right. That's good. That's very good. In fact, I want to find out what her name is officially, okay? Whoa, no. Dynasty cast. Here we go. What? This is like the new version. I don't want the new version. I want the old version. What is this? Dynasty 80s cast, okay? Don't be stupid. Now show me. Joan Collins. It is Joan Collins, and I just am madly attracted to her there now. So it's like 40 years ago, and she is is Joan Collins dead? Joan Collins dead? Joan Collins, years active. Okay, so she's still alive. She was born in 1933, which means 67 plus 23, which puts her at 457. 90? Does that mean she's 90? Hold on here. 67 plus 23, 3, and oh yeah, so she's 90 and still living. Oh God, I don't know that I want to see her now. That might ruin my image of her. So anyway, I will move on to the next clip, everyone. It's time for the next clip, and this one's funny. I wanted to practice singing along with it, but I did not get the chance to do that. So we're going to do here, same routine, same mixing routine. We're going to go, beep. And it's a song. Someone made a song to parts of Pulp Fiction, and I'm going to try and sing along with it as best I can. I thought it was funny, and so I present it to you. Whoa. I present it to you. Hey, not cool. What's going on here? Oh, okay, I know. Put that in the darn center and zoom it in and open the sound, and here we go.
Remember asking you a goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a
Goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Does he look like a bitch? What? One more goddamn time.
Does he look like a bitch?
What? One more goddamn time.
Does he look like a bitch?
What? One more goddamn time.
Does he
I
look
don't remember
asking you a goddamn thing?
English motherfucker, do you speak it? Say what again?
English motherfucker, do you speak it?
This is a tasty burger.
Whopper.
What? English motherfucker,
Do you speak it?
I don't remember
Asking you a goddamn thing. I remember asking you a goddamn thing. There you go. That's fun. I actually think I want to do it again. Let's see if I can improv better melody during that. Right here, right now. Watching the song play back in history.
I don't
Remember asking you a goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Does he look
Like a bitch.
What? One more goddamn time.
Does he look like a bitch?
What? One more goddamn time. Does he
Look like a bitch.
What? One more goddamn time. I don't remember
Asking you a goddamn thing.
English motherfucker,
Do you speak it?
say what again?
English motherfucker, do you speak it?
This is a tasty burger.
Whopper.
What? English
This-
motherfucker,
Do you speak it?
I don't
Remember asking you a goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. There it was. I have fun doing that. Improv fun. You know, I don't have to be all serious on here. If you think I have to be all serious on here, or if that annoys you, what are you doing here listening to me? I could totally imagine the people who know me think that this is madly idiosyncratic. I say that every week because all of a sudden I'm self-conscious and I'm thinking, I'm acting like a jackass and I'm thinking, what must the people who love me think? Do they love me less for that which I do right now? They very well might. I don't blame you. But I shall continue with the very exact same BS. Short but true. Okay, I don't know what this was about. I know what the first clip is. I didn't hear what the second clip is. And so I will pause it immediately upon this beginning, and we will do the same mixed routine, and you'll be like, wow, he's getting pretty good at that. Okay, you might recognize this. This very first part here is a clip from Kindergarten Cop starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And again, I don't know how someone responds to this. Let's just play that really quick. Oh, hey, hold on.
Penis, girls have
we gotta
a
watch
vagina.
again.
You done fucked up now!
Oh, yeah. That's the joke is here. This is like 2023. So you say that now and people get fucking angry. So let's see again. What does the little child say? And this is the meme reaction in contemporary psychotic America.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
You done fucked up now!
Right, dude. Very short and simple. That is how a lot of people, I think, like, people are very angry lately. But here's a little, just a phrase to express logic. And I would ask you to put your feelings aside and think about it logically, okay? So, you say that genitals do not define gender, but then you say we must remove the genitals to affirm the gender. What's up with that? That doesn't make any sense, does it? And it's like, I'm asking you to think logically to go, oh, okay. Like, you can present yourself any way you want. I think that's perfectly okay that people want to, like, dress up, be different and all that. But it gets really serious when it comes to chopping body parts off. And I can't help but think that is some kind of grotesque manipulation of society. And a lot of people are being duped by it. And I'm frightened for these people. And all of a sudden, I'm serious. All of a sudden, I'm like, all of a sudden my weird shticky tone goes away and I'm being serious about it. And all it took was playing that meme and all of a sudden I'm serious. What have I next for you? We have 19 more minutes. I've been filling this up. It's just Pearl being dumb again. No big deal. No biggie. Right? Pearl dumb. So I'll bring you back over here once more. Oh, I guess that's too redundant when I do that. Pearl. Women shouldn't vote. This is her. So she's just out there chasing clout and saying dumb things. And to be honest with you, this is one of the areas in which I totally disagree with this woman. Like, women shouldn't vote. And I have a broader philosophical view about it. But first of all, you're just saying that to be sensational. And you don't care if you piss people off because there is truly some narcissism behind this, which I'm giving you this criticism and I acknowledge here, I do crazy sensational things. And so that's what you're doing. That's the stupid thing you're saying to people in order to chase clout. And I think women, of course women should have the right to vote. I think that is a right that they should have equal with men. And I'm not just being a white knight here or a beta male or anything like that. I just genuinely believe that. Now, the broader, more nuanced view is I don't think that voting is just something with integrity. The system of voting, that's the part that's messed up. So women can have an informed opinion and they should have a right to express themselves in a true democratic forum. But the sad thing is that I don't think we're in a true democracy anymore. And I'm scared to say that a little because you have the top head of the country threatening people with, don't you dare tell people not to trust agencies of government. But you're free. We're representative of the people and you better shut up. You better shut up. This is a democracy. Shut up. That statement right there says it all. This is a democracy. Shut your mouth. Because, it's as if the First Amendment has no impact on anything anymore. Well, yeah, free speech is a thing, but if you hurt people's feelings, it's hate speech. And hate speech is violence. You just redefine things, convolute the world, and people are like, WTF, bruh? Oh my God, bruh. Right there. Jordan Peterson that says that when you're saying bruh, it's derisive. And in the context I just used it, I'm using it satirically, and I'm indeed using it derisively. So... right again, Jordan Peterson. You.
I do think that it is derisive when you say bruh in that context, Paul. And I'm like, yeah, Jordan, it is. It is, Jordan, and now I'm just I'm being derisive when I go into his voice like this, but it's natural for me to want to do an impression of him.
And I do actually commend Jordan Peterson for saying a lot of the right stuff lately about a great many topics. I make fun of him for just to be silly, but I actually really do like him and agree with him on many points. Just want to clarify that. So I don't go trolling him online. I troll him here. And that way he can at least hear it in context someday. Maybe he'll come across it and say, hey, or no, he'll go,
hey, I understand that you are being derisive for this purpose of satire, and I can tolerate that. That's okay.
Thank you, Jordan, for tolerating it. I didn't ask you. I'm going to do whatever I want anyway. I do not like how Jordan Peterson is being maligned, and he's being persecuted like crazy. Okay, so I have another one here. This is not political. It's not controversial. Indeed, what it deals with is etiquette toward musicians, all right? This is a Rockfeed clip that I want to play. And the reason I want to play it is because my personal opinion is etiquette toward musicians matters. As one myself, I want that respect when I'm on stage. One time when I was playing I was in a bar called Lucky Joe's in Fort Collins, and I was playing an open mic, and some dude right in the middle of my song came up. This dumbass was drunk, and he gets in the microphone, and he's like, dark, negative, because I write a lot of songs where there's a lot of deep emotions. I express darkness through music, and so he did that, and I thought that was rude, and I would never do that to anyone else. Even if someone sucked, I wouldn't feel like, even if I thought someone was an asshole, I'd give them respect etiquette-wise, and so that's what this is about. Apparently, I can't remember. We'll see. Some artist someone threw a drink in someone's face, and then an artist threw the microphone at the person in the audience. But let's hear what they have to say about this. I hope this is the right clip. Dave Mustaine's, oh yes, throwing stuff on bands. Okay, here we go.
There's been a lot of examples of people throwing objects at musicians when they're up on stage. BB Rexa was injured when this happened. The man who threw the phone on stage.
I think it's wonderful that this guy is taking off. He's like the contemporary media guy in this context. It used to be magazines like Rip Magazine in the past, Metal Edge, and so he's kind of come in and supplanted them in a very cool way. You can tell that bands are reaching out to this guy because he has a very big following on YouTube, and he has a nice demeanor too. He seems like modest. He doesn't seem like very arrogant about what he does, and I appreciate that about him. I don't know his name, and I would like to know his name.
Was charged. Somebody splashed a beverage on Cardi B when she threw a microphone into the crowd, hitting the person. Apparently, that is under investigation. There's just been a lot. And Megadeth frontman Dave Mustaine has an interesting perspective on why he thinks so many people are throwing objects at performers when they're up on stage. In the most Dave Mustaine take possible, this is what he had to say. Mustaine spoke to Sweden's SVT.
So he always does the quotes, and I want to ask, is that like a copyright issue, the reason why you do that? Because I'd love it if you actually played Dave Mustaine speaking the clip. Like, you're always quoting people on here instead of playing them actually saying it. Is that because the sound will throw a copyright warning or something? I mean, I'm playing you here, and YouTube almost never gives me a copyright issue when I do something like this. So what's the deal? I want to understand that. But anyway, carry on with what Dave Mustaine was saying.
He said, if people don't like you, they're going to throw shit. Maybe it's graduated from Rotten Tomatoes to dildos. If you're giving them a great show, they won't do that. So don't get up there acting like a spoiled effing brat and telling them not to throw stuff. He says, I don't have to worry about it. Plus, my eyesight is that bad.
I love what he had. He has this, I think that's from, is it called Knucklebones? This little statuette in the background of Lemmy. I've actually thought about buying that before. Same with the James Hetfield model. And I had an opportunity to buy the Ronnie James Dio one back in the day. I regret that I didn't, because now those, you have to pay like $600 for one. It would have cost like $100 or $150 back when it was just for sale at the regular price. I wish I had that. But carry on, man. I digress.
See anything flying through the air until it's too late. So here's what happened the other day with Cardi B. Someone splashed a drink on her while she's on stage. She immediately threw that microphone.
I don't condone someone doing that to an artist at all. It's so freaking rude. It pisses me off. And but let me tell you, let me bestow upon you some wisdom from my nono Antonio. It was something he taught my dad that he subsequently taught me. I've mentioned it on here before, and here I bestow this wisdom to you once again. You may be wronged. You may indeed be wronged by someone, but when you react, if you overreact, you become the one that is wrong. And so when she throws the microphone back at the person, she's not endangered. You could hurt somebody furthermore. So like when you get angry and throw that, you could wind up clonking someone in the face or on the head who had nothing to do with it. So think about that before you do that. And if you want to get on the mic and say, F you, I support that. But throwing the microphone indiscriminately at the crowd, you could hurt someone who didn't do that. And then I would feel bad if I were you and you clonked someone on the head who wasn't responsible for that. I'm not going to say that I feel bad if you actually clonk the person on the head who did it, but come on, Cardi B, come on, woman. Jeez. What's a woman? I don't know.
I'm not a marine biologist. Like security grabs
I'm not a biologist. I said marine biologist. I'm like in George Costanza head.
Holding what appears to be a styrofoam cup. It's unclear if that was the person that splashed the drink, but security maybe is checking into the situation there. And then back in June, you had BB Rexa performing, and that phone hit her in the face. It actually gave her a black eye. Apparently, she had to get some stitches too. But look at this. This made very solid contact. Not a good idea.
Yeah, not
right
cool.
there.
Not cool at all. I think.
But I actually got to
anyone throwing shit on stage like that should be ejected from the show. And just to admit, I've been to see Ronnie James Dio 3 times, and on one of those occasions, my friend Chris spray painted the Dio logo, the way Dio is written on his albums, on a big sheet. And I rolled the sheet up, and then when Dio was performing, I like threw it at him. It tagged him in the chest, and you could see he was startled, and he immediately became pissed off. And he caught it. And then, but as soon as he realized what it was, he realized it wasn't someone just like trying to hurt him by tossing something at him. It was a tribute to the band. So then he all of a sudden became grateful. He held it up with one of his bandmates and said, "Thank you. We love it when you all do this kind of stuff." Totally a different thing. But I acknowledge I tagged him with this thing, and he immediately got an angry look, and I don't blame him. I did that, and I wouldn't do the same thing today. If I did the same thing today, I would throw it like on the side of the artist. But I was like up close to him, like I don't know, 6 to 10 feet away, and I just went, doof, and that felt good to have him acknowledge it, though.
Dave Mustaine on this, because I don't think that concert goer wasn't having a good time. In fact, I think they believed that this would be fun and that BB Rexa would actually take a selfie with the phone and toss it back into the crowd. But in reality, what ended up happening is she was struck with the phone. And I think that there was a police report made and all this kind of stuff.
I think
people really need to stop throwing stuff at artists. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
I agree entirely, dude. And right now, do you know what I'm going to do with you, for you right now? I'm going to like your video, because I like you, sir. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to say, chat AP. And I'm going to come over here and say, totally wrong to throw things at artists. Also wrong when the artist overreacts. Good work, dude. I love the improvement of your production. And one more thing, peace. I always like to say peace, and I mean it when I say peace. So there we go. I'm going to close out of that right now. We're going to come back here, over here, to moi, on the front of my face. We're nearing the end of the hour. Oh, goodness me. Oh, yeah, so I do have time to talk about this one more video. I thought it was quite something, as a matter of fact, watching this. So all kinds of people have all sorts of opinions of Andrew Tate. And this video paints him in a very bad light. And he did it himself with the stupid things he says. You know, sometimes he sounds intelligent. Sometimes he's inspiring, and he gives me a positive emotional stir. But this is extremely trashy, this whole story he's talking about here. It creeps me out, and to be honest with you, there's so much here that he's saying I don't admire him, and I don't admire how he made his money exploiting stupid people and women, both. And so it's not like he's just misogynist. And I do think there's some validity to that, but also grown women should know better, and they should know to be strong enough to say no to a man who puts you in this kind of position. But also the way, let's just keep going. I don't want to tell all the story before I play the video. Let's just go on this. I will come back to the video here and play.
How long ago was your webcam business?
Yeah, so I stopped having any involvement with it, I think 8 to 9 years ago.
The last 2 to 3 years, I've been making money on OnlyFans from its inception all the way up till now. I'm currently filming this during the COVID pandemic. That you may be watching this later on, but right now during the pandemic.
Audio sucked there. Shitty audio. Yeah, so this is about how he would hire chicks, keep the vast majority of the money.
I ended up opening a webcam company where girls would sit on a laptop and they would talk to guys on the internet for money. That's what they would do.
It's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm taking over. So what I did is I unplugged their keyboards and plugged a new one in from me behind the screen. So the chicks would sit there and hit a keyboard that wasn't plugged in. And me and my brother, and eventually some staff I trained, would do all the talking.
The girls would sit there fully clothed or a bikini.
The girls were just pure, just famoosers.
So what I want to say is, it's not him pimping women in the most literal sexual way. He's not selling women for sex. He's selling an idea, a turn on. And I want to say that should be legal, what he did. If the law doesn't say that you shouldn't be able to do that, but it is not sex trafficking. I think that's what he's being accused of. I will defend him to that extent that I don't think what he did was sex trafficking, but it is indefensible in the sense that it's very slimy. So let's keep going.
Laughing and doing this, their titties out.
One, I intimately understand the relationship between men and these websites.
And they were talking to fucking ice cold hustlers. We were taking their money, all of it.
At least he admits the truth there, and so it paints him in a bad light. And he was very foolish to put this kind of image out there. The man's very egotistical, and he's dug this hole for himself. I wonder if he could have achieved all he could have achieved, and maintained a better image, and never even went to jail because he just managed it a little bit better. I would not do what he's doing. And I'm not a pay pig. I would never pay. So some of the stories he tells, we've got to keep going.
Give away their life savings to girls they'd never met. I've watched and I've seen it.
They come and say, what kind of, all of it. We're fucking milking them dry.
And I actually think a lot of the insights I give.
I had these guys selling their houses, life savings, loans, all of it to me. Give me it all.
A lot of the things I tell the world about the male mental health crisis.
You'd have a guy.
Feel bad or no?
Fuck no. To give a solitary fuck.
About men being so constantly lonely.
We got to the point.
See, to me, that's a moral problem, that you take advantage of weak-willed people. Like, I think it's more manly to be kind to people who are weak in the world and help build them up than empty them out, dry them out. This really speaks a tremendous amount to the essence of this man's character. And so even what I'm saying now might be totally contrary to things I've said about him before, because when I heard him saying these things myself, I definitely don't approve of making money this way. I would have too many moral scruples myself to do it. And does that make me a wimp? Maybe it does. Maybe that's what he'd say about me. By the way, I'm certain he could kick my ass from here to Sunday, which is why I believe in 2A. But so I don't ever expect to get in a fight with this guy. And I don't ever expect to be face-to-face with him, and I'm not going to insult him on the level where I think he's going to risk his freedom from attacking me. He has too many problems on his table as it is already.
These guys falling in love with my models, serious,
Gotta keep
big
going.
time in love.
I'm gonna finish out this video, and then I'm going to wrap up the show. So this one's gonna go a tiny bit over the hour, just to have the full scope of this video. I have lots of things to say about this guy, and he continues on here to say some extraordinary things.
Crazy money, and they were convinced they were gonna meet the chick. This is almost where I kind of felt bad.
About how important it is to build yourself
Almost
into
felt bad, but that's the thing. You're misleading. You should feel bad because you're misleading people. It becomes fraud at some point. If there's a quid pro quo. If someone's offering you a shitload ton of money to meet a woman and has an expectation to meet that woman, have they been defrauded in the end when the woman just never meets them? And was that you dictating whether the woman meets them or not? Or is the woman just like, no, I don't really want to do that? It's strange because he says he has these women working 24/7. Even when they're not there, someone responding in the text messaging is pretending to be the woman. So on many levels, this feels like fraud to me. You have a man who, I mean, like, what the fuck? If I were filthy rich, which I'm not, I'm kind of well off compared to average people in the world, and I'm super grateful for that. I'm not bragging. I'm not fucking Andrew Tate well off, but you can't tell me that it's okay to take advantage of insecure people. I don't feel good about that, you know, and so this is contrary to a lot of what they say about Andrew Tate building up young men. He's taking advantage of vulnerable men, men with low self-esteem. I'm not a pay pig. I've never paid on OnlyFans. I'm never going to pay on OnlyFans. I would look at some stuff if it were free, but I'm not going to pay for it, I assure you. Maybe I wouldn't feel good about myself looking at it for free. I want a free pass to everyone on OnlyFans. OnlyFans, hook that up. That's all they have to do for me to promo them. I'm selling my soul. I'm such a bad person. Let's keep going on this here.
You man, because they were like, can we meet? I've sent you $200,000. Can we meet? Can we meet? Can we meet?
About how money alone is not enough.
The problem
What was
is
the most that?
So a man sending 200 grand to a woman with the expectation of meeting her because these weak-willed men fall in love with women online. I have fallen in love with so extremely few women in my adult life. How could you possibly fall in love with a woman in this context? Men fall in love with strippers. I don't understand. How the bloody hell do you fall in love with a stripper doing that line of work? I realize, you know, beauty. But for me, it's like I've transcended the she's beautiful, therefore I fall in love and I can't think straight. Okay? That's the honest to God truth. And so I still have women react to me, though, like they think, oh my God, he might get clingy or something. It's like, hello? Like, I realize a lot of guys do that with you, but I'm not going to do that. The only time I'm going to get clingy with a woman is like, if I have a real chance with someone super special, then I'm going to be like upping my game. I'm going to be a little more aggressive trying to figure that out. But I also know as a man when no means no. I have a realistic outlook. And so I don't understand how guys do this. Guys, just take my word for it. And I'm not the coolest guy in the world, okay? I'm not the manliest man in the manly world by a long shot. But I'm giving you good advice. Like, and I always tell people this. I actually said this in the Kava bar to someone this week. I said, read The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi. Read all four of his first 5 books. I'm going to read the 5th one too, but so I can't recommend that one yet. But read those books and like take it to heart, and you will be a stronger man, and you will have better relationships when you learn how to vet women from the information in these books. It's really changed me in dramatic, positive ways, okay? Let's continue this. I want to finish this video. There's still quite a bit left. We're over the hour mark here, but it's going to be a little bit longer show today, and I'm pleased with the performance I've been putting in, and we'll just keep going.
Person sent to a model. Total.
Million?
Wow.
About a mil in about a year?
You don't feel bad at all.
$1 million?
I don't feel bad either.
So,
and
thank you.
Well, no, excuse me. You should feel bad. In fact, you're transcending morals and ethics to me that where, like, if you have an uncorrupted legislative system in whatever country you're in, uncorrupted in big world politics, yeah, right. They should make laws addressing this. And so even though it might not be against the law, and you shouldn't go to jail when there was no law that adjudicates something like that, that enforces something like that, that legislates something like that, is what I mean to say. You're still doing something wrong. If you have a moral backbone, you don't do something like that to people. If you care about men, you're not going to take advantage of them like that. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I did that to people. And so I know a man like this might say I'm a weakling or something, and everyone's out here talking about Andrew Tate. No one's going to care about my opinion about what I'm saying, but I'm being genuine right now with what I'm saying. Sits wrong with me. $1 million fucking you take from a man, that is so wrong, dude. Give that money back. Damn you!
Explain all these things. A lot of these are lessons from the webcam days. I saw dudes who had a whole bunch of money, no other attributes, and they ended up on these websites spending hundreds of thousands of dollars because they didn't have anything else.
But So the girl would be online for 6 or 7 hours, but then when she logged off, was sleeping or whatever, on her WhatsApp.
All fraud, man.
I'd have staff. She was online 24 hours a day. Her WhatsApp, her this. She was famoosing when she was asleep. We were bringing in money from the fucking sky.
But this is what the powers that be want. They want to make sure that the male populace is as docile as possible, and they do that with a large array of weapons, and they do that with a web of tools, and I believe that I'm the counter to that, which is the reason I ended up attacked in the first place.
And maybe this is a bit bad. Here's where the famoose would start. So it'd be good, like I had a lot of girls who worked for me, and the best was like the Ukrainians or the Russians. It was amazing.
Why?
Because they'd get some guy, fall in love, they'd arrange the day to meet, all this shit, I need a visa. Okay, get a visa. I need money for a visa. Okay, how much is a visa?
So you're sitting on camera.
No, there's not
I think the best parts of this video that I wanted to demonstrate, you defraud men. You use them. It just feels abusive, and that you're using people, and you should never do that to anybody. And so you're using the men and the women, and alpha male. Like, I don't think alpha male, the definition of it is that men do bad things. So he may be an alpha by definition, but he's also a pretty immoral creep, in my opinion. And I don't think he should have been arrested for what he did. I don't think it's human trafficking. But I do think strong-willed people can take advantage of people, and we sit here now, we hear him saying that, and people with a moral backbone, people who have moral scruples like me, it's recognizable. I would not want to be that. I would not want to be my history, And I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect man by any stretch of the imagination. All right, it's time to start wrapping things up here, people. And so here's what I do at the end now. I come over here like so, and I bring you to this, and I go, hello, everyone. Hello, it's time to wrap the show up. This one's running a little long, 6 minutes over what I normally do. I usually shoot for the hour, but that was a good topic, and I wanted to say something about it. I want to come over here, and I also want to do a little bit of that. I want to have that little flashing light there. Just a little bit of subtle light. I want to get some screenshots really quick and go, ah, ooh, eh, ah, what? And I think I have what I need from doing that. And on that note, I will go like so. And I have some special new things I'm going to say at the end. Do you know what it is? It's what you read behind me scrolling here. Copy who is Landia Colossus. The entire house is Landia Colossus. An epicenter, a mecca of creation. I'm building my Studio B out there. Do you know that? Not for video, for audio, to record music. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff. And here's the saying I like to say. Hang out for a year. If you like this show, I appreciate you liking it. I appreciate you sharing it with people online. Listen to the short clips. Go follow Copy Who on Instagram. Do all of that. I really appreciate you people. Don't exploit people. I genuinely mean it when I tell all of you guys. Peace be with you all. Woo! Good performance today. So say I. I am the god of Copy Who. But I'm just a regular man. Don't worry, I'm not being blasphemous because I'm the god of this context. I'm not the god of the universe, just the context in this 12 by 12 room. Peace, everyone. Peace be with you.